Virgo, welcome to Drunk Tarot, October 2018 horoscope, taroscope thingy. Not horoscope, taroscope. Tarot reading. Sorry that these are late. I'm getting in right now. This is Friday, October 5th. So for the rest of the month, and let's trickle it over to September. September 5th. I'm sorry, November 5th. These are going to be your energies. If you've noticed, if you've been cross-watching, I'm doing a different style here. But again, for this last batch of signs, Virgo, Aquarius, Libra, Aries, Leo, I think Capricorn, I'm going to do the same style, but I'm going to keep it quick, as I do, and you guys know why. But I will give you the best insight I possibly can with these tarot cards here. Don't forget to follow me on drunktarot.com. And also, by the way, I just started a Patreon account. So if you guys feel like getting the nitty-gritty on sex life, or if you need some business advice, marketing advice, I actually do that as well in real life. You can get on Patreon and support me there if you feel like it. And I know I always said I was never going to do it, but fuck it. Girls got to make some money. So if you guys feel like doing that, do it. If not, nothing's going to change on YouTube. Nothing's going to change on Instagram. It's still all good. But those are where you're going to get more in-depth readings if you feel like these aren't enough for you guys. And I don't do teasers in these campaigns. So to get you guys to go over there. It's a completely different reading, completely different energy. So there's no extended reading here. All right, let's get into it. I'm going to give you guys 4 different scenarios. I'm going to be very quick with them. I'm not going to spend a lot of time, but see which scenario, storyline A, B, C, or D, storyline 1, 2, 3, or 4 resonates with you. And that'll be what you can take away for the month of October. At the end of this whole reading, I'll do a whole love spread, just general energy for all Virgos. So let's begin. Storyline 1, what's coming through for the Virgo energies for this particular group of Virgos. Storyline 1 or storyline. That's a Chariot card we saw pop out. We all know what that means. Things are moving ahead for this particular group of Virgos. Okay, so for this particular group of Virgos, actually, let's do it this way for you guys. No, it's confusing me if I do it that way, sorry. For this particular group of Virgos, it seems like you guys were in a situation where you were bored. There was stagnant energy. You didn't like what you were being offered. You didn't like how the general emotional energies in your surrounding life has been. So you were bored. But because it's in reverse, there's a review of that. So you're kind of like, well, maybe I had that person pegged wrong. Maybe I had that situation pegged wrong, and I changed my mind a little bit, and I'd like to review that. And that's what's going on with this particular group of Virgos. Why is that? Well, you know, I think that the reason why you were feeling like you didn't like a situation or you were unhappy or bored in a situation was because your internal, or not even internal, your mental state was that of someone who felt as if they were being betrayed, someone was trying to pull the wool over the eyes, you felt like you were being done dirty in some sort of way. But because it's a Ten of Swords in reverse, that is leaving, but it's not leaving fast enough, that energy. You still have a sense of mistrust about someone. You're still taking your time in forgiving someone. You're still taking your time in receiving what this person has to offer. So you're kind of like, you're being very watchful right now of a person or a situation for the month of October. And it does have to do with work, I feel, for a lot of you guys. So maybe there was a promotion, or there was a project you were put on at work, or there was some new endeavor, and because of the parties involved or the things that were said, or because you're so meticulous and you're able to pay attention to detail, you notice the way someone held their pen or the way someone did something a certain way, and it made you mistrust a situation or want to take a lot of time to evaluate a situation before you dive in. And so that feeling continues for the month of October for this particular group of Virgos, okay? Storyline number 2. Storyline number 2 or storyline B, what's coming through for this particular group of Virgos out there? What's coming through for this particular Virgos out there? Storyline B, storyline 2, whatever you want to call it. For this particular Virgos, what's coming through? What can we expect for this particular Virgos for the month of October 2018? Okay, so for this particular group of Virgos, some of you guys are dealing with a fire sign, Aries, Sagittarius, Leo. who is being very arrogant, being short-sighted, maybe abusing their power or their position in your world, in your life. They're maybe expressing opinions that are feeling a little bit domineering, and it's making you feel a certain way. If this is your energy, some of you guys are feeling like you don't have the energy or the vision to proceed with a project that you were once very excited about. Why is this? Well, it's because some of you guys, there was a shift in income or a shift in monetary compensation, or you just felt as if something happened that put you out in the cold in whatever, however that means. You just felt left out, locked out, in the dark about something. You felt like you were heavily a part of a situation, and then suddenly something happened and it made you feel like, hey, why am I not being pulled into these meetings? Why am I not being told certain things? I feel completely locked out. I don't see that this is directly related to work or love. I think this is a general vibe that you're feeling, maybe in friendship or just social gatherings. You just feel locked out in some sort of way. But the good news is that because I think other parties are recognizing that either the person you two are dealing with, you and other people are dealing with this kind of energy, someone in your midst has this sort of arrogant or closed-minded short-term vision energy, someone else recognizes that with you. And so because of that, through whatever powers that be, you feel a reversal of fortune here. So whatever you did lose, maybe your position in a relationship, in a work partnership, in your work environment, on a project, maybe in business or whatever, or even in love, there's a reversal here. So you do recover that, or recover maybe your confidence to regain that in the month of October. See? So you've got the Ace of Pentacles here. So yes, it's almost like whatever you lost, you get back tenfold. Whatever you felt like you were locked out of, the doors open up somewhere else, or in the same situation. They're like, hey, sorry we didn't let you in on that. What we were doing was we were discussing your promotion. You know what I mean? So it's something that makes you feel like, oh shit, okay, is that what that was about? So I still think that this is a general energy. I know that it's a pentacle. I don't exactly feel like, oh, this is a straight up, job situation. I don't think that. I think that something really good is going to be offered to you in the month of October for this particular group of Virgos. And it will be after some strife that you've experienced at the end of September, beginning of October. So by middle of October, I do think you're going to suddenly pick up the vibes that someone in an important position is leaving so that you can gain that position, okay? And whatever, that could be love, so maybe like, a power couple and like the wife is like bailing or somebody's bailing and you're just like, oh, okay, well that sucks for you guys. And then suddenly the person's like, guess why we're bailing? It's because he wanted you. Or whatever. That's just a stupid scenario. That's a stupid love triangle scenario. But take it as you will. It could be a work thing. That was storyline what? B? So let's get into storyline C. This particular group of Virgos. Storyline C, this Virgo for the month of October. For this group of Virgo, what can they expect for the month of October? For this group of Virgo for the month of October, what can they expect? Okay, so this group of Virgos, either you yourself are feeling very emotionally balanced after some time of struggling, emotional turmoil, feeling confused, maybe not taking care of your health, maybe neglecting yourself in a lot of ways. For the month of October, this group of Virgos feels very emotionally balanced and happy and put together and just excited about the future and optimistic and every good thing that comes with the King of Cups. The King of Cups is an energy that has transcended all of the immature emotional levels. And so you completely leveled up emotionally and you're feeling very good. Good enough to the place where you're feeling like you can be vulnerable with someone or you can show yourself emotionally. And it does feel like things are opening up for you emotionally. Even if you're single, it doesn't matter if you're single or taken. You suddenly feel a surge of emotional stability where you're like, I know who I am emotionally and I'm ready to share that emotionally. So that's a good thing. Alternatively, some of you guys are just dealing with a Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, so let's see what that's about. Okay, so if there's a Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio in your life, you're not speaking to this person or you're mad at this person. You and this person have decided to just cease communication altogether and maybe pull up sticks and just say, let's not discuss this any further. And it's almost like it's very passive, this energy here. It's like, we're just going to let it lay as it lay. It is what it is. Let's not talk about it. So that's a very, it's a very immature way to act, and it's very unhealthy because things aren't being expressed right now, especially if you or this other person, find yourself in a place where you feel emotionally secure. So this not speaking to this water sign situation is feeling very immature for right now, and it could prove to have long-term damage in the future, especially if there is something that you guys need to discuss. Now, it also could mean that with the Five of Swords here, someone just walked away. Just like, this is a ghosting situation. Someone just said, we're not talking anymore. That's it. No contact, no more discussion. So someone ghosted somebody, and then it sort of sits there, and then that's it. If this is not a dating romantic situation, it could just be you yourself feel like, to maintain your emotional happiness and well-being, you've decided not to speak to someone. You could be dealing with another Earth sign, Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo, who is younger than you. It could be that you have decided not to speak to this water sign, or you have decided not to communicate with someone who could be an Earth sign, because you want to pursue something else that is not anything major, but it's just something else took your attention, or some other offer seems more viable to you that seems like it has long-term potential. So you're interested in that. That's one way to look at it. Another way to look at it is just that you have decided to walk away from a situation, does not speak to someone because you are feeling like you want to, it's a time of being almost selfish in a way with the Page of Pentacles. It's because you have very immature thoughts. It's like that, what is that poem? When I was a boy, I thought as a boy, I acted as a boy, whatever that is. When I was a man, I put childish things away and began, well, right now you're doing childish things. And not in a bad way. You're focusing on your happiness and the little things around you that make you happy, that can prove to be successful for you in this moment. And so you're choosing to just ignore anything that brings you any kind of grief or drama right now. Fourth group. This is the fastest reading I've ever done, you guys. And I'm not trying to rush you guys. I know for the amount of people who watch, this is what I have to do. So I got to get to my other readings as well. And also my day job. Fourth scenario for this Virgo. Fourth scenario. What's coming through for this particular Virgo? Fourth scenario. What's coming through for this particular Virgo? Fourth storyline. What can they expect? Fourth storyline. What can they expect? Please tell me what this particular Virgo, group of Virgos, can expect. Balance. Okay, so for the rest of October, this particular group of Virgos is going to experience a sense of complete balance, which is not too far from the King of Cups energy. This is a very good card. I do think that maybe the confusion or the shift that's been happening in your work life or your finances or playing catch up or having to save and all those things, that plays a part here. But emotionally, I do think that you have found a way to find balance and center yourself and find a moment of peace and quiet time and whatever clears your mind. If it's working out, if it's going for a jog, whatever it is that clears your mind, yoga, going for a hike, hugging a tree, sitting down by a lake, these kinds of things you find in the month of October and you're happy with it, whatever that means. I do think there's travel for you guys, for this group of Virgos. You guys could just be hopping in a car and going on a little drive up the coast or down into the country or whatever feels good to you. You could be going with 2 other people. You could be getting away with a couple of friends. Or you could just be someone who has 3 kids and you're taking them on a little vacation. Ultimately, it's saying that your ships are coming in terms of you finding balance and happiness. So wherever there was strife and confusion and sadness and all this chaos going around you, causing emotional damage or keeping you up at night and making you feel unsure of yourself and unhappy, those times are over in October for this group. You guys are going to experience moving forward, chasing your destiny, being happy, traveling, experiencing life outside of your normal 9-to-5 routine that gives you grace and it makes you feel good. The 3 of Wands means that also there's an expansion here. So whatever was, if you had to like hit the pause button on something that you really wanted to do, maybe getting married, maybe moving out, maybe buying something important, whatever that was, starting your own business, becoming a boss, being promoted, whatever was seemed like it was holding you back, in the month of October, it's like things open up for you again. And so you start to feel that shift and that movement towards what you're supposed to be going towards. The Two of Wands is somebody's going to pull out of a situation. So it's almost as if, as it would happen for this particular group of Virgos, you guys are going to experience someone saying, I'm not in anymore. I'm not in anymore. So I do think that it has to do with a non-starter situation where there was a potential for something or someone down the track, or in the past, sorry, and then something happened where there was chaos, imbalance, and all that stuff, and then suddenly this person says, you know what, I was on board, but I can't be on board anymore. I'm sorry. And it's almost like, you know, c'est la vie, like that's the way it goes. Like it's fine. You're going to be okay. And I think you already recognized that something was a non-starter and you couldn't move forward with someone or something. And so you're going to go it alone, and it's going to be actually even better. Let's move on to the general love. Love reading for all Virgos. Love reading for all Virgos. Love reading for all Virgos for the month of October. If you guys want to get into a sex love reading with a little more detail, hit me up on Patreon, and then you're going to get your monthly sexy time read. Your monthly sexy time read for all elements. This is going to be a very general Virgo love energy for the month of October. All right. Okay, for love general energies for the month of October for all Virgos, what I'm picking up right now is that a lot of you guys have your wall up. I think you've been hurt in the past. There was a soulmate connection with someone and it didn't go well, and now you guys are doing a lot of soul searching about a particular love situation, and I think that you're spending a little bit too much time focusing on this past love interest, this past energy, and it's kind of fucking you up a little bit. So be careful about that. You have your guard up because it's almost like you're saving yourself for a potential revisit from a soulmate connection or twin flame connection that you once had. This person, whether they come back or not, it doesn't matter. You're verging on obsession over this person right now. This person was your ideal. And so right now you're spending a little too much time thinking about the past. It's trickled over from nostalgia to obsession for some of you guys out there. So be careful of that. But your wall is up and you're refusing to be vulnerable or to let go about someone or something. The hope you have right now is that you can regain your confidence. You can regain your personal routine, what makes you happy. Because when you're happy, when you're confident, when you're healthy, when you're doing all the things that make you, you shine. And when you shine, you attract love, friends, jobs, money, prosperity. You attract those things. You can't attract those things if you're feeling like all nostalgic, over-obsessing, all that stuff about an ex, about someone from your past. You have to let it go. The hope right now is that you do regain that confidence and all that good stuff that I just mentioned that brings, that attracts all this positive stuff towards you. You're hoping that you can regain that. But the problem is that you feel absolutely exhausted right now. You feel like you can't, it's almost like you're sitting on a curb or a bench and you're like, well, what's next? What's next? I don't even know if I can go on without this person in my life. Some of you guys, not all of you guys. But I think you're more stuck in your head, and the Nine of Wands energy, it's not in the reverse. When it's in the reverse, it signifies a little bit of mental confusion, mental illness, anxiety, maybe depression, all of those things, right? When it's in the upright, it's saying that you're damn near there. Like you're just mentally exhausted. You're energetically exhausted. You're feeling like you don't have another step left in you to take. Like what more? Like it's almost like you've been trying to recover from a past breakup for 9 months or something. And all of a sudden you're like, why am I not over this person? I'm still thinking about this person. Why can't I just be who I was before? And so it's a very frustrating energy. And so that's what we know to be true. Something has left you feeling just like you don't have confidence. But trust and believe that the Queen of Wands is saying that you're going to regain that confidence. You will. For now, though, you're feeling like a certain lack of confidence. Like, I used to be number one. I used to be number one at whatever. Whatever it is, whatever your thing is. And now you don't have this confidence that you once had. And so it's leaving you feeling obviously like insecure and tired and exhausted and unsure if anything is actually worth it anymore. You got to stop that thinking, because what's coming in for you is the Destiny card, and you've got the 10 of Coins. So 10 of Coins is saying that everything that you could have ever imagined, I think 10 of Coins is better than the 10 of Cups. Everyone always says, 10 of Cups, it's so magical. Fuck that. Because emotions are fleeting. Emotions are like, it's water. Right? Emotions fly. They do their thing. They do whatever they think. Here today, gone tomorrow. A pentacle is something that's tangible, that's real, you can hold on to. And I don't mean money. I mean, if you meet someone right now, if you get engaged to someone right now, if you're married to someone right now, if you're single and looking for someone right now, the 10 of Pentacles is in your destiny. It means that everything that you say you want, you can have. Yes. Don't say no. Yes, everything you say you want in your life, what you hope for, what you know, and you're not the kind of person, Virgo, where you're going to blast it on social media. These are the things I want. Fuck that. You're like, I'm going to keep it to myself. I'm going to be quiet about it. I'm not saying shit to anyone. And these are the things that I secretly want that I'm not going to express to anyone. So then don't. And what happens is everything that you've ever wished for, you can have. And it's on its way. But something like this, you don't just blink and you get it. You have to go through moments like this where you're unsure. And when you finally feel sure again, you're suddenly going to see one pentacle. Then you're going to look over there and you're going to be like, oh, there's another pentacle. There's another pentacle. You're going to have 10 pentacles in October. Things are coming towards you. Be patient, work hard. You can do it. And your near destiny, and then the near future, I think what's happening here is that you're so caught up. Some of you guys, especially with the Queen of Wands here, that's a Sagittarius energy. All fire signs, but that's Sagittarius energy for me. You had this like perfect idea of what you wanted in a relationship or whatever that was, whatever your future was, right? And you had this like these standards, and no one's saying to lower your standards. Do not do that. But standards look differently when you take them out of different boxes, if that makes sense. I don't know if that makes sense. So basically what I'm saying is that the Hierophant card in reverse is telling you that in order to achieve this 10 of Pentacles, whatever that is you're looking for in love, you need to be able to look outside of the traditional ways that you're so used to, that you think are the perfect ways or you think are the right ways. There is no perfect, there is no right. The Hierophant in reverse is saying you can have this, but maybe you need to look outside of what you think is perfect. Think about that. Think about that, Jack. I do see you messing at the end of the month with, and again, this is not one straight storyline, you guys. Take what resonates. Things that jump out, that don't resonate, that do jump, just, okay? So at the end, some of you guys are dealing with a Gemini. Some of you guys are breaking up with someone at the end of the month because of maybe feeling like you miss an ex, or feeling like you can't be vulnerable with this person, or feeling like they miss the mark in trying to help you achieve some goal. Maybe you feel like they don't want what you want in terms of what kind of pentacles you're looking for, what kind of, perfect relationship you're looking for. Maybe there's some of you guys, Virgos, are just getting divorced from a Gemini, breaking up from a Gemini. That could be something too. Okay? I do see at the end of the month there is a separation between you and someone, for some of you guys. Others of you, I feel like there's a divorce. Others of you, I feel like there is just a lack of enthusiasm for traditional styles. of relationships, whatever that means. Some of you guys are fucking swingers. Doesn't matter. What else? Okay, let's see, who else? Some of you guys are dealing with a Libra, Sagittarius. You know, at the end of October, I see the majority of you Virgos stepping away from a relationship, a traditional setting, because you know deep down inside, after much frustration and thought, that this certain situation that you're in is, or you not being able to let go of the past, none of that is going to serve you in terms of you getting your 10 of Pentacles. None of that's helping you. And so I see that in October, some of you guys recognize that and decide to pull away from a relationship or pull away from a situation in order to get your happiness, your happy ending, okay? Some of you guys won't make a move at fucking all. You guys are going to do shit, and for the month of October, you're just going to stand like this all month long, wondering, wishing, being frustrated over, you know, wanting to have this situation and not having it with a particular current situation. Maybe feeling like you had it with a past situation and not being able to get over that. So that's the energy that I feel for love for general Virgo. Once again, you can follow me on drunktarot.com, drunk.tarot on Instagram. Like, subscribe this video here, or just follow me on Patreon. Whatever you want to do, I don't care. I love you so much, you guys. Talk to you guys later. Bye.